Hey man, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. In this video, we are going to rank the American Express consumer credit cards. Now, it's not necessarily totally fair to do this because each card has a little bit of a different target audience, but we are not going to let that stop us. Now, ground rules for this video. We are looking at 8 American Express consumer credit cards. We are leaving some cards out of this. No business cards. We're not going to look at co-brand cards like Delta and Hilton, and then we're not going to look at cards that say American Express in the name, but are actually issued by other banks like Credit One or Bread Financial or things of that nature. Before we get started, I will tell you or remind you that American Express now has the Apply with Confidence feature. That means when you go to apply for one of their cards, they are essentially going to tell you whether you're going to get approved or not. And if you are not going to get approved, you don't have to go through with the application, and then you would not get a hard hit on your credit report, and so you wouldn't have to worry about your credit score getting hurt and not getting approved for the card. So those are the ground rules. Let's get started. The number one best overall American Express card as I make this video is the Blue Cash Everyday card. No annual fee, cashback card. You're getting 3% cash back on your purchases at U.S. supermarkets, 3% back at U.S. gas stations, 3% back at U.S. online retailers. Now there is in each one of those categories a $6,000 per year cap. So you're going to get 3% on the first $6,000. If you happen to go over $6,000 per year in one of those categories, you're going to get 1% going forward in that particular category. And then anything else that you purchase with the card is going to get you 1% cash back. You are going to earn those rewards and get them as a statement credit. So when you go to redeem, you're not getting the cash in your hands. You're going to get it as a statement credit that goes to offset the balance you have on your card. So say you have earned $25, you're going to take it as a statement credit. The balance on your card is going to go down by $25. Bonus opportunity on this card as I make this video. These always change, but I am seeing a $200 bonus for new card holders if you spend $2,000 with the card in the first 6 months of having it. The Blue Cash Everyday is not only the best American Express card, it might be the best overall credit card on the market for people that want a simple credit card and they know they're going to get a good reward on the everyday purchases they make. Supermarket purchases, gas station purchases, and then that online retail category, which is not a common one out there on the credit card market. So if you wanted one card, you didn't want to pay an annual fee, no muss, no fuss, this is the card that you might choose, not only from American Express, but across the board. So the Blue Cash Everyday card is strictly a cash back card. You can't redeem for anything else with that card. American Express has sort of 2 tracks when it comes to their rewards cards. You have the pure cash back cards like the Blue Cash Everyday, and then you have the cards that offer points in the membership rewards program. So if you are someone that wants purely cash back, you'd be better off sticking with their cashback cards because you will get more value. With the membership rewards program, you earn points on your purchases and you can use those points in a variety of ways, including cashback, but you'll get a lousy cashback rate. So you don't want to get into the membership rewards program if you're going to use your points for cashback. So the upside to the membership rewards program for people that really like it is the fact that you can use your points in a lot of other different ways. You could get gift cards, you can use them to offset purchases at certain retailers, but for most people, the allure here is going to be travel. You can use your points through the Amex travel portal and book through a lot of airlines and hotels that way, or you could, and this is where people usually find the best value, you could actually transfer your points into one of the frequent flyer or hotel programs of an American Express travel transfer partner like Delta, like Hilton, like a lot of international airlines. So these are the places where people like to transfer the points and see if they can find those sort of sweet spot redemptions, finding those good deals where you can get 2, 3, 4, 5 cents sometimes per point. Then maybe the membership rewards program would be the way that you would want to go. You're not always going to get that great value on your points, but if you are someone that knows how to do it or you're willing to put the work into it, the membership rewards cards might be the ones you like better. All of that is prelude to the number 2 card on our list, the American Express Gold card, the card that I think is the best entry point into the membership rewards program, the friendliest sort of to the most number of people in terms of what it offers. You do have a $250 annual fee, so you need to take that into consideration. In terms of the everyday rewards, 4 points per dollar on restaurant purchases, 4 points per dollar at U.S. supermarkets. There's a $25,000 cap per year on that, but for most people, you're not going to get anywhere near that. 3 points per dollar on flight flights when purchased directly with the airlines or through AmexTravel.com. 1 point per dollar everywhere else. New cardholder bonus opportunity. Again, these are going to vary depending on the offer you see, but recently I've seen 60,000 points if you spend $4,000 with the card in the first 6 months of having it. Now, there are two big credits with this card that if you can max them out, the value of this card is going to go way up in terms of how you feel about it. First of all, you have a dining credit that if maxed out could be worth $120 per year. And the way this works is every month you essentially have a $10 credit that could be credited back to you when you use the card to make purchases with Grubhub, with Shake Shack, with Cheesecake Factory, with Wine.com, and there are a couple others there as well. So when you make purchases with those each month, you could get up to $10 back. And if you did that every single month, well, then you could earn $120 back, but this is a use it or lose it credit each month. So if in 1 month you don't use it, well, then the next month it does not carry over. So it could be $120, it could be less, depending on how often you make purchases with those particular retailers. And then similarly, there is an Uber credit that also is an up to $120 credit. Same thing, $10 per month for Uber rides or Uber Eats, but you're only going to get it for that month. If you don't use it, it's not going to carry over. So it could be $120, could be less. But if you max out both of them, you're talking about potentially $240 in credits that you could get per year. So if you max those out, if you got a $250 annual fee on the card, well, then you're pretty close right with those credits. And then you've got some nice reward points that you are earning on the card. And if you value American Express's membership rewards points highly, well, then the gold card looks pretty attractive. Number 3 on our list, the Blue Cash Preferred card. This falls into the strictly cash back camp. No annual fee first year, $95 annual fee every year after that. Everyday rewards, you're getting 6% cash back at U.S. supermarkets on up to the first $6,000 of purchases you make at U.S. supermarkets. If you go beyond that, you'd get 1%. 3% back on U.S. gas station purchases, 3% back on transit purchases, 6% back on U.S. streaming services, and then 1% back everywhere else. You're going to have a bonus opportunity for new card holders. Again, these vary. The recent one that I've seen, $250 statement credit if you spend at least $3,000 in the first 6 months of having the card. Now, this is a card that when you look at the overall equation, especially when the annual fee kicks in, you're going to want to zero in mostly on that grocery store category. How much do you spend at U.S. supermarkets? Again, Target, Walmart, those kind of things do not count. If you are spending over $4,000 per year on groceries at U.S. supermarkets, well, then this is a card that could make good sense for you, even if you are paying that $95 annual fee every year, because you're still getting a nice cash back amount on those grocery store purchases even after the annual fee. And then you still have the 6% streaming, the 3% gas, the 3% transit. So this is a pretty nice card. It used to be my very favorite American Express card, but some other cards have come on the market that have sort of eaten into some of the value of this card, but still pretty strong. Number 4 on this list, the American Express Platinum card. Now, this is a card that is tough to rank because some people really love it. Some people look at it and say, I don't get it. Why would someone pay so much for a credit card? It's got a $695 annual fee. In terms of everyday rewards, you're earning points in the membership rewards program. You're going to get 5 points per dollar on flights that you book direct with airlines or through AmexTravel.com, 5 points per dollar on prepaid hotels when booked through AmexTravel.com, but just 1 point per dollar on everything else. So you're going to get a big bonus on this card, provided that you can spend a lot on the card in the first 6 months that you have it. Bonuses, again, are going to vary. I've seen 80,000. I've seen beyond that as well. So you've got the Global Lounge Collection, which allows you to access airport lounges both in the US and around the world. Probably the best lounge collection of any credit card out there. You're going to get the American Express Centurion lounges and then a ton of others. You are going to have a $200 airline credit per year for incidentals, and you have to choose just one airline to get this with, so it's an up to $200 credit. It's only going to be for, checked baggage and things like that, not for your actual tickets. You've got a $200 hotel credit, but it's only with certain hotels within the American Express program, and these are higher end hotels, so you're going to be, staying somewhere that you're probably going to spend a lot more than just that $200. And then you're going to have things like TSA PreCheck or global entry credit. You're going to have a clear credit, again, things to get you through the airport faster, and some other stuff sort of tacked on that has sort of come on over the years as they've raised the annual fee and tried to bring more people into this card. So you've got a Walmart Plus credit, you've got the Uber credit, similar to what the American Express Gold card has. There's a digital entertainment credit. There are a lot of other credits too. Equinox, a lot of stuff going on with this card. Some of these, again, are going to be chopped up by month, use it or lose it. So American Express tells you that all this stuff together, you got over $1,400 worth of value with this card. But first off, are you going to max out all that value? Second off, are all of these things that you would normally pay for? And some people sort of look at this card and they call it a coupon book these days, because you're just getting so much from a lot of different things that don't necessarily make sense together. More of a way to justify how much you pay for the card. So if you love the American Express Membership Rewards Program, you love the lounges, you're good with all these credits, well then you could really love this card, but you could look at it and be like, what? Number 5, the Amex Everyday Preferred card. This is another card in the Membership Rewards Program. It has a $95 annual fee. In terms of what you earn on everyday purchases, it seems a little modest. You're getting 3 points per dollar on U.S. supermarket purchases on up to $6,000 per year. Beyond that would be 1 point per dollar, 2 points per dollar at U.S. gas stations, 1 point per dollar everywhere else. However, if you use the card at least 30 times within a billing cycle, you're going to get a 50% boost on all those points. So 3 points per dollar becomes 4.5 points per dollar, 2 points becomes 3 points, 1 point becomes 1.5 points. Even then, you still need to think to yourself, how much is a membership rewards point worth when I go to redeem it? If you believe you can get a lot of value for those points, if you're going to transfer them into some of American Express's transfer partners and you think you can really find good deals, well then maybe this card makes sense to you. If you're only going to get a penny per point when it comes to redeeming, well then paying $95 for this card doesn't really make sense, because it's not necessarily great value and you have to use it 30 times or more in a billing cycle to get those highest rates of point earning. So this card could be good for some people. For a lot of people, probably thumbs down. Number 6, the American Express Green Card, $150 annual fee. Again, you're going to earn points in the Membership Rewards Program, 3 points per dollar at restaurants, 3 points per dollar on travel purchases, 3 points per dollar on transit purchases, 1 point per dollar everywhere else. You're going to have a new cardholder bonus opportunity. Then you're going to have a couple of credits on this card that maybe would help you justify that annual fee. A $189 per year clear credit for the program that helps you get through the airport quicker, and then you also do have a up to $100 per year Lounge Buddy credit. So Lounge Buddy allows you to buy access to certain airport lounges, and then you would get the cost of that rebated back to you onto the card. So if you use that Lounge Buddy credit and you value that clear credit, you're getting okay points on this card. But for a $150 annual fee, I don't really see it as being a very attractive overall package, but every once in a while someone will come in the comments of the videos and they'll say, you are just selling the green card short, and I'm sure someone is going to say that here too, but I put it a little lower on the list. All right, we're down to the last 2 cards, and both of these are cards that I would say I don't think anyone should really get, but we'll talk about them real quick. First is the Amex Everyday card. This is a no annual fee card that earns you membership rewards points. Very modest in terms of earning, 2 points per dollar on U.S. supermarket purchases, 1 point per dollar everywhere else. You can get a 20% boost on the value of those points when you use the card at least 20 times in a billing cycle, but 20% on top of 2 points is still only getting you up to 2.4, and on 1 point it's getting you up to 1.2 points. So still not a whole lot there. You'll have a sort of a modest bonus on this card, but I don't really know why anyone would get this and use it with any regularity. And then the 8th and final card is the American Express Cash Magnet card. No annual fee card, gives you 1.5% cash back on all of your purchases. Again, this is a cash back only card. Nothing wrong with this card, except it is just a me too card with a lot of other credit cards on the market, and why you would choose this over some of the other cards, I don't really know. If you look at something like the Capital One Quicksilver that has no annual fee, 1.5% cash back, it also has no foreign transaction fees, where this one does have foreign transaction fees. So this card feels like one that sort of exists to market to customers that don't know any better, who aren't going to do any comparison shopping. But if you are doing comparison shopping, this is the last card I would pick, when there are other 1.5% cards that are better on the market, and there are other cards on the market that will give you 2% cash back on all of your purchases. So that's how I would rank them. If you don't have any American Express cards, those are my thoughts. If you're someone that does have some American Express cards, I would love to hear your thoughts. American Express, in my mind, is a company that has done a great job of marketing itself. People put a lot of value on their cards, oftentimes, in my opinion, beyond what the cards are actually offering. Maybe because people still see a amount of prestige that comes with having an American Express card. But if you are looking and you are sort of, looking at the functionality and what the rewards are versus what you're paying, all that kind of stuff, make sure you look closely and think about how you would actually use the card and whether it is going to give you good value, or maybe you just want the prestige of an American Express card and the details don't matter that much to you. Anyway, would love to hear any thoughts you have in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not going to leave a comment, or you are not going to go to the website, the next video for you to watch is right here.